Hello and welcome. I'm Parul Sharma and you're watching Zoom TV. Today I have with me the talented cast and director of An Action Hero. Please join me in welcoming Jaideep Ahlawat, Ayushmann Khurrana and Anirudh Iyer. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Parul.
Thodi si I got the energy now because we can do it. Let me start by congratulating you, Anirudh, on your debut movie.
Thank you.
What is the scene? What are the nerves? Are you the kind of person who takes a lot of pressure, or you're like, "Bhai, ab to bana di, ab jo hoga dekha jayega"?
I'm both.
Huh. Talk to me.
I'm taking the pressure also because who doesn't? I mean, everybody does. Anyone who says that they're not nervous is lying.
Yeah, because some people do.
No, it's okay. It's okay to be nervous. You're nervous before an exam. You're nervous before a lot of things in life. So you're nervous when you've done something you want everyone to love it. So it's totally natural. At the same time, we have done what we've done. We can't. And we love it. And we're just hoping that people love it as much as we do.
On the we've done what we've done part, you know, I feel like with a debutant director, but also an actor who's dipping into a genre for the first time and tackling something like action for the first time, I feel like it requires a lot of trust from both ends though, right? Would you guys agree? Like, how did that sort of come about?
I have done half of my films with first-time directors. Anand L. Rai sir, he's done 3 films with me. This is the 3rd one.
Yeah.
Shubmangal Savdhan, Zara Savdhan, and Action, all with the first-time directors. So I'm used to this. The best part of working with the first-time directors is that they are the biggest risk takers.
Yeah.
And that zeal, that energy is infectious. So I feed on that energy. And Anirudh, I've known him since Shubmangal Savdhan days. I've seen him around. And I've taken his opinions also very seriously while watching the edit of the first film. So he has that brain, and I trusted him, and the kind of narration I got, I think it was just brilliant. And I was like, this is it. This will be a genre changer, not just for me, but also for the Hindi film industry.
Yeah.
Because you've never seen something like this before.
Yeah, it's super meta and super like self-deprecating and very aware of itself, which is cool these days because
more than anything else.
It's what about you? I mean, you took a risk on him as well, right? It's his first time doing an action situation.
I didn't at all because I never thought it was a risk. As soon as we finished writing the script, we knew at that point that there was no other person no other actor that we could go to, and we were very, very sure. I was 100% sure. In fact, the fear was what if he doesn't do it? That was the only fear because we never had another person in mind. We'd not thought of anybody else. Same with Jaideep Bhai also.
Yeah.
We just knew that this is it. Otherwise, we'll wait till the time they can do it. Fortunately, all the stars aligned, and they could do this at the time that we were wanting to. And they were excited, and that's the whole, here we are.
Jaideep, what about you? How was your experience with him? I'm sure it was great. You're not going to be like it was bad, but what's something that surprised you about him for the fact that he's a debutant director?
Again, मैं अभी कुछ दिन पहले बात कर रहा था कि we never see his training for last 10-15 years. So there's nothing debutant about him, just for the audience, for the people.
Yeah.
कि वो अपनी पहली directorial film बना रहे हैं. But we as an actor, I don't think we ever experienced that kind of के अच्छा पहली बार है, nervous है. He knows his craft. He knows the storytelling. He knows, and most importantly, he loves the craft of storytelling. He loves the cinema he wants to make, and so I still remember the first day Neeraj and he told me the story, and I was like full narration of the story, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
This so nicely written script without any baggage of anything. And I said, Bhai, I would love to do it. थोड़ा सा dates की manage करना पड़ेगा. That was my first line. And somehow they managed. And I got Bhura Solanki.
Happy smiles all around.
Happy.
Ayushmann, you started off with Vicky Donor and it kind of became a massive hit, and then it took a little bit of time to sort of find your feet, but I feel like now the general consensus is कि Ayushmann की movie है तो अच्छी होगी and हटकर होगी. Talk to me a little bit about that journey from there to here and what it personally kind of did to you.
It's okay. It's can't really sum up, but it was very gratifying to the extent that I thought it's kind of validation that the things which were never been tried before, and the films which were termed as parallel cinema or something which was little off center, started getting recognition commercially at the box office, which was very heartwarming. At the same time, you know, I've seen the industry from the outside as an anchor or as a journalist, and I've learned a lot from the actors and their journeys.
Yeah.
So I've watched the industry very, very closely. So it kind of helps to, you know, maneuver your game plan, what do you want to do, your aspirations in cinema. But moving forward, it was very important for me to have that deviation from my staple genre of social comedies. And this is the perfect film for that.
Do you have like a love-hate relationship with the social comedy thing now?
Not at all.
Yeah?
Can never be hate. I'm proud of each and every film of mine. And this is something which started with Vicky Donor, which I carried forward with my other films, be it Shubh Mangal Saavdhan or Bareli Ki Barfi or you know, Badhai Ho or Dream Girl or Bala. And of course they were intermediary, there were some films which are genre breaking for me, like
Sure.
Andhadhun, Article 15. But this is something which is very, very different because it's most commercial
Right.
film of mine in terms of tone and grammar of the film. Be it the BGM or the edge of the seat experience, the comedy or the entire situation.
Yeah.
So it's something which is, I've never seen myself in this light in any of my films, but this is kind of a reinvention.
I really also do want to know, as an actor at all, have you become, do you think you started getting a little influence in the kind of movies that you picked up because of the expectations of your audience? Because like they want to, like I said, you know, hatkar kuch aayega, and it kind of is a staple thing, and you know, it's always, it's cool because it's different, but it's always so different that there's something within that also. So do you have that?
I'll always be different. That's my endeavor, irrespective of success or failure. I think the endeavor is to be different and to give original content for Hindi cinema. But at the same time, the learning or the evolving or maybe the learning for the past 2 years is that I need to go wider.
Sure.
This is my first post-pandemic choice, an action hero, and it is, in the terms of tonality, is the widest.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, Jaideep, similarly for you, you know, the journey has been a long one and a bit tough at times, but I think through sheer hard work and perseverance, we are where we are, and I think it is safe to say that it's the Jaideep Ahlawat era now. Would you agree?
I don't know. It's I think it's cinema's era. Good cinema, good stories, and people like me find their space to be there as cinema lovers and actors or cinema students or how whatsoever. And I think it's very good for everyone in this cinema business that we have opportunities of different type of stories, different type of directors, different type of actors in all sort of. I'm really happy that whatever I offered them, they
Yeah.
loved it, and thankful and grateful. That's it.
I think he's being really honest, so you both also tell me, do you think it's the Jaideep Ahlawat era or not?
I think it's every actor's era, every creative person's era.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is the day and age when you can experiment, you can do anything under the sun. This is the time where there's a lot of opportunity for everyone, every creative person. If you're disciplined and you have a certain vision in life. And yes, after Patal Lok, he adds a lot of value to every project he's associated with. Like with an action hero, like I remember when I got the narration, I could only see him. I was like, I'm ready to adjust my dates because he was so busy after Patal Lok. मैंने बोला कि मैं अपनी dates adjust कर लूँगा. जयदीप अहलावत ही हो सकते हैं इस पिक्चर में और कोई नहीं हो सकता.
Yeah.
Because he
That's what I mean, like
Yeah.
it's Jaideep's world,
Yeah.
we're kind of living in it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
He's like, yeah, this is true. I also think it's really cool that the only chemistry that we're going to see in this movie is between Ayushmann's character and Jaideep's character. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Give
People
me-
gonna love it.
Give me some
I
thoughts
can-
on this chemistry that's the only one that we're going to see.
There is no love story in the film, so there's this.
You have two grown male romancing, whatever.
No, this is
whatever
not Shubh Mangal
situation they have.
Saavdhan. This
Main
is
romancing.
This is not even romance. It's just it's pure, whatever, the vengeance from his side or trying to escape a certain situation from my side. It's a very bizarre
And the
situation.
graph of their characters, how they,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how they
The journey, yeah.
think of each other,
Yeah.
and how they start and the journey of their thought process for each other.
Sure.
That's beautiful.
Would you kind of agree with that?
They I think when you're writing a story, you primarily think characters. You don't think. I don't think anyone can force like, oh, let's put a female here, let's put a, this kind of character here, that kind of character. You just go with the story that you want to tell, and then whichever character becomes a part of it, they become a part of it. So nothing was designed. It was all organic.
I love that. So coming to trending topic of the day, Jehda Nasha. I mean, what a fab song, and it has been trending since the day you guys announced it. I don't think you guys have gone too far from the original, and I mean, what a beautiful song it is. I do want to know, and especially from you, Ayushmann, since you are also a musician, where do you kind of stand on like remixes? Because with the audience, I think they're always split down the middle. Half of them really usually tend to love it, and half of them kind of like, what's the need? So where do you kind of stand on it? And you both also, please feel free to chime in.
collaboration.
पहले पाजी कुछ कहे, मुझे लगता है कि उसमें 2 passing shots मेरे भी होने चाहिए. गोली चलाते इधर से उधर. Because it's been like everybody's talking about
Missed you on the song.
Yeah, why didn't you do that? In retrospect.
But we have a certain. In fact, Anirudh, you should say something about it first. I'll take it further.
Sure, absolutely. As far as remakes are concerned, I've felt that this has been happening for decades. It's not something that's just happening.
Sure.
Not just in our country, in every country.
Absolutely.
Yesterday by the Beatles has been covered more than 3,000 times.
Yeah.
And that, I feel, only celebrates the original artist. We are all artists. We will never mean disrespect to another form of art. We will always try to celebrate it, and we would try to, give it the respect that it deserves.
Sure.
Perhaps Jehda Nasha as a song, a great song, but I feel that with Nora and AK, it has found a bigger platform.
Yeah, I'll add to that that Jehda Nasha is also popular in the masses now, will reach a certain level with a wider audience. Like मैं नीचे अपने सोसाइटी के वॉचमैन के पास गया, वो कहता कितना अच्छा गाना बनाया आपने, कितना अच्छा गाना. मैंने कहा पहले कभी नहीं सुना, कहता नहीं सुना. अगर वो वॉचमैन सुन रहा है, and if the original creators of the song are also part of this,
right?
So what is the harm? It's just reaching to the wider audience. Like even for a song like Yellow, Coldplay, there's so many versions of
Yellow. So many covers.
So many covers. But this is not a cover. It's a step forward taken by the original creators of this song.
Absolutely.
They are singing this song. And it's also got an international musician, Yohani, a Sri Lankan performer, musician, singing Punjabi, is a great cross-pollination.
Absolutely.
So it's a very myopic viewpoint of that ये original ऐसा कर दिया वैसा कर दिया. I think it's reaching to it's how you create it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think you guys have given that respect with kind of involving the original artists and all of that. So I definitely do agree with that. Please continue. What were you
I was saying you could comment on the product, but you cannot comment on the thought as being bad.
Yeah.
Because it's not new. It's not a new thought. Like this is something that's been happening for so long.
Absolutely.
That I don't know why it's suddenly an issue. A thing. Because.
But that's because everything is a thing
But
these
the
days.
question still remains the
Let's
same.
be honest.
Question still remains the same. Why I was not in the song?
Petition to add Jaideep Ahlawat to the song, and I am starting it on social media ASAP. Okay, Ayushmann's character says this really wonderful line. हीरो था इसलिए 2 लाइफ्स जी रहा था, एक पर्दे पे और एक असली जिंदगी में. Now, to both of you actually actors and heroes, firstly, A, do you agree? And B, especially in the day and age of social media where you can post anything, but also everything is anyway posted whether you like it or not. Like, where do you have that demarcation between real, and how do you stand on that?
Okay, so I try to keep my life as simple as possible. I'm not that person like Manav's character in an action hero, the superstar who wears his stardom on his sleeve, who is flamboyant, who's arrogant.
Yeah.
I'm not that person. So I get to play a different character this time around, which is very different from my core. I'm a very simple guy.
Yeah.
I want to keep this thing simple. In my head, I'm a minimalist. But Manav is not. He loves cars. He's flamboyant like that. But at the same time, with my personal life, I want to keep it secure. I don't want to put everything out in the open.
Sure.
But as a person, like who I am, like probably I write something or I'm into music, I love nature, art, or I'd like to discover new music every single day.
Yeah.
So I put that out on social media because they did not just discover something about my new films, new projects, but they also get to know me as a person who's beyond, which is beyond cinema.
And that's important to you.
I've always been the relatable guy. It works for me. It may not work for everyone, because I've started as a radio presenter, as a TV anchor. So I've always been close to the lowest common denominator. I've been that relatable guy.
But that is you,
That's
right?
me.
Like, you're not putting that on. You are that
So I'm
relatable
not.
guy.
The idea of keeping a certain mystery about myself may not always work for me, because I'm not that guy.
I mean, I'm all here for you in the car, singing your songs and doing shairi. I mean, love it. Jaideep, what about you?
Not much of a difference. I have family, I have friends, and I haven't worked on any project जो मुझे extended family नहीं बना हो मेरा आज तक. It's always stays कि हाँ उसमें उस unit में से कोई ना कोई 2-4 लोग, they're always there. I can talk to them anything, any situation I am in, I can go to them. And कुछ ज़्यादा फ़र्क है नहीं, मतलब मैं कभी वैसा हुआ ही नहीं है कि अच्छा ये एक स्टार की लाइफ है और ये when I go back at my place रोहतक में स्पेशली उस यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ा हूँ मैं 8 साल तक.
Hey, my family also used to live in Rohtak.
Yeah, so I just go there and sit, and for the people who are like जो मेरे classmate हैं वो सब हैं, for them it's very normal situation क्या है, हाँ जयदीप आएगा तो यहाँ तो आएगा ही. It's very normal thing, but student like current students and they see me, they freaked out. ये यहाँ क्यों बैठा है? For them it's not, but it's like relatable thing. My old friends or whosoever knows me from that era, and the behavior has never been changed. Still there. If I go to Rohtak, the first day, I'll go to the university and just sit there and have tea and chat with old friends. So it's never changed.
I love that.
So I don't struggle with that.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I wish you all the very best for your journeys ahead.
Thank you, Parul.
Thank you.
Get a chance to feature on Zoom TV. Ho ja Zoomify.